He's the colourful developer facing lawsuits on multiple fronts. The battle is over allegations about the quality of apartments his company developed. Now owners in one unit block have been told they can't even move in.
Imagine moving in and then finding out 2 years later you shouldn't actually be even living here.
Under the new laws, does that mean that everyone's got to leave it?
You can bet Bruce Patton balked when he saw this. A prohibition order stopping an occupation certificate being issued for the building where he owns a unit over concerns it's not up to scratch. The problem is most of these people moved in over 2 years ago. Now this shock revelation has them wondering whether it's safe to continue living here at all.
My first thought was, do we have to vacate the building?
An occupation certificate, or OC, allows people to move into a new building. But the New South Wales Building Commissioner won't give one to the Atmosphere complex in Sydney's Castle Hill, even though people are living here. And if authorities were looking to make an example out of someone, they might be gunning for this man. Mr. Nassif, I've got some interesting questions to ask you. We bumped into colourful developer John Nassif 2 years ago. Mr. Nassif, why don't... Excuse me, hey, do not touch that camera. Care. John enjoys a loyal following. Hey, no need to... Nassif owns Top Place Group, one of Australia's largest privately owned development companies. John escaped the ravages of a civil war in Lebanon to build a Sydney empire. He lives in a waterfront mansion, but loves to give back.
Is to offer relief to those families in greatest need.
John, along with his second wife Nissi, throw lavish fundraisers to help struggling families.
We'd like to give John, Alan and Judith their car key.
But it was this extraordinary set of wheels
And the beast arrived.
that John surprised Nissi with that really launched his notoriety.
Congratulations, Mrs. Nassif. Do you like?
John's unique commentary over the $400,000 banana Lamborghini gift triggered a storm of jokes and impersonations.
Congratulations, Mrs. Nassif.
You like?
But the quality of supercar was a far cry from the quality of apartments Nassif's Top Place delivered, according to some vendors who bought off-the-plan apartments in the Atmosphere complex.
You spend $1 million, you don't expect to walk in and cry.
John Nassif, a current affair. You like? 2 years ago, Nassif bragged about his Atmosphere building.
It's a great project. We're going to win an award for it.
But Bruce and other Atmosphere owners are suing Top Place for damages over alleged defects outlined in a detailed 500-page report.
The value of the building is obviously being impacted. It affects rentals, it affects sales.
The defects report doesn't include the external cladding, which the Building Commissioner has deemed non-compliant. Top Place subsidiary JKN Hills has been handed a rectification order to fix the cladding. Specialist Building Inspector Paul O'Donnell from CSI says it's easy to read between the lines.
The Building Commissioner is sending a very clear, strong message to the whole of the industry that these are the parameters you must comply.
An interim occupation certificate for Atmosphere was issued by a private certifier, which allowed people to move in on a floor-by-floor basis. The move cost certifier Vic Lilly his accreditation. He's been banned from certifying for 5 years.
People have got to live in those things. They've got to run the risk of having the thing. Well, look at Miami. There's buildings collapsed on people's heads over there.
We approached John Nassif for an on-camera interview, but he declined. A Top Place spokesperson told A Current Affair,
"The matters set out in the prohibition order are easily rectified and have not affected the comfort or usability of the apartments."
If Atmosphere's a headache for John Nassif, then his latest 1,000-unit mega development called Skyview, just down the road, poses a piercing migraine. Extensive cracking in the basement has been discovered. The Building Commissioner won't allow an occupation certificate to be issued here either. Top Place has said John Nassif would personally guarantee the site works.
The Department of Fair Trading has requested a bank-backed guarantee as part of the undertaking,
It'd be good if John Nassif didn't run away from the camera this time, that he actually sat down and would address you and answer the questions face to face and provide some security and some reassurance to the owners of all the buildings that he's built that he will stand behind them.
John Nassif's fighting fires on many fronts. Apartment owners at 4 other developments are also suing Toplace over alleged defects, while Nassif has filed defamation action against 9 Radio, part of 9 Entertainment, and host Ray Hadley. The developer is no stranger to the courts though. Last year Nassif pleaded guilty to possessing cocaine after being busted at the casino.
I love you, man.
Nassif's troubles come as the industry experiences a world of pain. Profit margins have slumped and construction companies now make up around a quarter of all the insolvencies in Australia.
The implication is that you've been turned around and you'll be showed the door and you're going to get a boot unless you comply.
John Nassif's had a golden run, but now the lavish developer who loves the high life, including caviar off the bicep, could have a battle on his hands to stop Toplace sliding towards the bottom.
Mr. Nassif, why don't you have a chat?
New South Wales Fair Trading told us the Building Commissioner will continue to demand that building standards are what apartment buyers expect and deserve, while Toplace says it's committed to working with authorities.